All right, Kakunas, welcome
Manuela,
to my next podcast.
happy to be back.
Yeah, thank you so much because after talking to you last time, you kind of described your whole life, and what I really felt was your passion for cooking. So I had the idea of really going deeper into that because I've seen you cook before and I tasted some of your recipes. So what really struck me was that you just mix and match flavors and like you create art in the kitchen that I've never seen anybody do that before. I can't do it. I just see people either follow recipes or they keep doing the same thing over and over that they know from the tradition. And your cooking is so different. It's like, yeah, creating art in the kitchen. So I just want to find out more how you do it, what you do, why you do it, because I feel that passion that you have about that. So
Well,
tell us a little
I
more.
have seen more people doing what I do. Is not a. I get to know a lot of creative people,
Okay.
and it takes connection only.
Okay.
Connection between yourself.
Yeah.
It's sort of like if you know how to play the guitar, you know how to play the tunes, and you just come up with something. You can come up with new lyrics and new tunes right away. You can create on the spot. It's the same with every art form. You know, cooking is no different.
Yeah. So I'm kind of lacking that creativity. So that's why I see that in you, and it's just like very nice to see somebody having that. So yeah, I'd like to share that with the world. There are probably other people out there that are not as creative as you are, and that can learn something.
We
from
all
you.
we all created. That's the basis of the service that I start giving. You know, which is kind of stimulating your own intuition towards the things that you like. You know, there is no like magic formula for this. You know, either you choose to be inspired, you find ways how to use your imagination to stimulate that imagination, or you choose to get into that space of non-creative space. But every single person, and you are creative, I have seen it. You know, it's just like not everybody performs in the same arena. The same. You know, you are more creative for the things that I am not. You know, cooking happens. It can be stimulated because we all eating every single day. We don't
Yeah.
stop eating.
Yeah.
So it's a fun way to tap into that aspect. You know, when you combine elements, when you nourish yourself. You know, in the Western or mostly now it's around the world. Most people don't really like eat because they have a pleasure for it, but they eat because they either need to lose weight or need to gain weight or need to heal from something or need to feel about something. They have too many beliefs, you know, in front of the action of eating. Instead, well, they look at when you look at nature, when you look at the products, you know, it's just so beautiful. There's so much abundance. There's so much color. There's so much shapes. There's so much aromas, you know, that you can play with. You know?
Right.
Now, if you go with that perspective, then you're gonna be definitely more creative in the kitchen than actually if you go with the perspective of what we're gonna do to like that is gluten free or stuff like that. You know,
Right.
you see like the difference. You're not really putting a limitation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's
Oh.
something to consider.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk about this before, I think.
No,
Yeah.
because for me, I love to eat, but the before is for me. I never really got in sync with that. I never knew how to do it or never seen anybody who do it. So now it's kind of like, okay, there can be fun. It can be a fun process. I just always saw my mom cooking because she had to cook. So it was more a doing, a necessary thing, and I never saw the fun in it. And now I'm like, oh wow, it can be actually fun. It's not just the eating part; it's the cooking too.
It's unlimited as everything that you do in life, you know, to every single thing, every profession that you have,
Right.
you know. There is always opportunity for expansion.
Right.
I grew up in a family where my mom has her staples, you know, dishes that she will make. And I always was playful, so since I was really little, I was playing with different things. You know, it was one of the fun things to do for me. You know, it was go along with exploring nature and coming in the kitchen and they see what we have and then do whatever since honestly that was since I was little, I liked to create stuff like that. And I was just not in the kitchen. I would paint, or I would like play with. My mind will fly. Where it was never restricted. I never probably was pretty hyper. If I would be back in this time, I would be probably medicated
Yeah, probably.
to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have like the freedom to be myself in that sense.
Okay. Yeah.
I understand like not everybody has that. Space, to be themselves. Growing up, you get limited by other people's beliefs, by the system beliefs, by your school, your teacher, your friends, family members, So it is all these things that adds to your current performance in whatever you do, whatever thing you do. But you have the ability to go back to your essence, and that's the simplest is going back to nature, using nature as a catapult to like remember who you really are, and expressing the things that you don't even know you have inside that you can express, the things that you can create. So this is more like that's what I use the Ag Explorer. In the Ag Explorer, you can experience the culture, and you dive into the culture. You connect with nature, and then you pick up products along the way. And then you go back into the kitchen. We create out of with that energy.
So just to go back for people who don't know what the AHA Explorer is, it's like a vacation program you offer, including travel. It's an experience. It's about cooking. It's connection. It's this whole program, like usually 2 week.
No, it's about 5 to 7 days.
Okay. In whatever country.
Next one is going to be in the Philippines.
Okay. Good.
It is not a retreat because we actually engage. We engage into life.
And
we basically party a lot.
Oh,
yeah, because it's like a party. It's like a feast every day. A feast of experiences.
Yeah.
A feast of indulging with nature. And there are simple things like you wouldn't believe the amount of people that never lay down in the grass, or like hug a tree, or like swim in a river, or meet new people that are really open-hearted, and they have this natural freshness.
So taking that back to the cooking, how would you explain to the people how to tap into their creativity to cook? Like, is there any exercise you would do with them? Or like, how do you get, like, for example, me or somebody who doesn't have that creativity flowing, how do you get somebody to develop that?
When I do this, it's different from everyone. You try the herbs the other day, like we have plenty of herbs, like we can do that in here. But honestly, for every person is different. It has to do with who they are. I have to be able to see that gift. Anything that relates to that thing that they are passionate about. You are like very good at seeing clear, like overall of things. That's how you can come out with such a good question, and you have a natural way to perceive things from a wide angle, and then like I come out into this is where I want to go, or this is where I want to talk about. That's part of one of the many gifts that you have. Then like if I recognize that, then I go if you want to stimulate your creativity in the kitchen, then I apply that towards like an experience of you having a sensory experience for you to perceive things in a different way. You just use your imagination, like the ones that relate to the way you are. That's why it's sometimes you can do this in groups too, but you gotta find the balance. It's kind of fun. It's sort of like it's very intuitive. You don't really think about that.
Well,
it's
that's very abstract for me.
It is. It is because I'm used to it. That's how I cook. That's how I cook. I don't think about what ingredients. I just know. I just feel them and I put them together.
Right.
Exactly the same thing.
That's how do you get in sync with the nature of these different spices or herbs? How do you get into that?
So you get in sync with yourself.
Okay.
You get in sync yourself when you let go of the clutter in your mind.
Yeah.
To do that, there are many ways.
Mhm.
You know, one is the one that we did with the herbs, that you smell it.
Can you show that maybe?
You want to try with this?
Yeah.
Which one do you want?
You tried.
Huh?
You tried.
No, you.
Oh, I'm trying it.
Yeah.
I'm taking a
You want
mint.
the mint?
What is that? A mint?
Yeah, that's mint.
Okay.
Okay, close your eyes. Give me the herb. 1 second. Just close your eyes. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Do you feel the drops in your face?
Yeah.
And do you feel?
Mhm.
So describe it.
It feels refreshing, and I smell the mint actually.
Yeah. And how does it feel?
Alive,
Alive?
Yeah.
What else?
vibrant.
What do you say vibrant?
I don't know. It's just like vibrancy of life. Like I don't know. It's just
No,
it
that's
comes
right.
to my
You
mind.
don't have to know. There's no about knowing here. It's
Yeah.
just like a feeling
Mhm.
only. Describe it like in colors. Let's say what colors these come to your mind first. What images come to your mind? There's no like a specific. There's no specific. There's no specific mental process that you have to do. Just play with it.
Right.
You know. Then like whatever it comes to you, you
Mm.
know, it's always gonna be the right thing. That because that's
Mm.
how you're looking at it.
Mm.
Like close your eyes and try to do it. Just whatever comes to your mind, just describe
Smell
it. Yeah. Just describe whatever comes. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if this is you're looking at an alien, green alien. It doesn't matter. Just describe it.
It's a mint, but for me it's more like lemony, like fresh. It's really like freshness. It has like a light feeling, like fruity. It goes well with fruit. I would put it now together with a fruit, maybe pineapple or something. Like now I'm seeing more. Yeah. Earthy taste, smell. Yeah.
What brings
It's
you to your
very
mind
refreshing.
that doesn't have to do with food?
Non-food?
Yeah. Does it bring any image to your mind?
Grounding. It feels
Grounding.
very
when you
calming.
say grounding, what is the image that you put on it? What is the image that comes
image?
out of a grounding?
Like roots.
Like roots?
Yeah. It has something very a calming effect on me. Mhm.
And you know what? It's funny because you just say it will go away with citrus. Did you say no?
Mhm.
Yeah, actually, there's a drink that became really popular. It was just mint and
Mhm.
oranges.
Okay.
It was called Mint Island.
Okay.
Mint, lemons, and with the whole skins and orange juice, freshly
Okay.
squeezed orange juice.
Mhm.
We can make it one of these days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you just come out with that, and it just
Yeah.
naturally makes sense. No?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's a really good
Oh,
drink.
wow. Now I'm okay. So it's working, huh?
I mean, yeah. I mean, when you say rooted, you
Yeah.
know, it seems like we all like come from this earth,
Mm.
you know, the plant,
Mm.
you know, every single thing, every plastic, you know,
Mm.
that you see, everything that is made by man,
Mm.
it comes from the land, it comes
Mm.
from nature, you know. There is that expansion that happens when you look at things that are grounded, you know. There's
Mm.
like this beautiful connection to.
Mm.
And that's what I visualize when you are saying that.
Mhm.
Then like my job as someone that is let's say guiding you for
Yeah.
you to like awake those things that you have in there. I'm not
Mhm.
putting nothing new. It's just things that you already have in there.
Mm.
It's to expand into that imagination,
Ah,
and that
wow.
is gonna transpire in the cooking. It's
Oh,
gonna
wow.
transpire
Okay.
in you like choosing, and right away you just say even we didn't have to go to the kitchen,
Yeah.
and you already knew what to do somehow. You know, things that make sense
Interesting.
somehow.
Ah, okay. Interesting. Wow, that's okay. I didn't know. I had no
I
idea.
mean, there are so many roles. It's the intention too. You know, it's sort of like you can program the water that you drink towards
Yeah.
like giving you vibrancy and alignment and happiness.
Right.
And you can also have intentions when the things that you do. You know, if someone comes to me and is looking for something, I visualize it right away. You know, it's if for both selfish purposes, for I want this person to have fun, therefore I will have fun too as well. It's sort of like uh, I am part of nature, and nature is part of me. So we are nature.
Wow, beautiful. Wow, this is very poetic, huh? This is wow, beautiful.
Well, life
Yeah.
is always.
Yeah.
If you look at a flower,
Yeah.
you
Now
know, it has
I'm
pure
starting
poetry.
to get a different image of the whole food. It's really that sense kind of I'm lacking that. I'm realizing that now. So it's kind of
You're not
wow,
lacking.
it's powerful.
You're not lacking.
but it's not developed. I never knew how to develop it maybe. So this is something now it's kind of
It's just
opening.
building new relationships, you
Yeah.
know, and the things that you are really capable on doing, you know, it's natural. You're meant to experience in life and connect with things, connect with everything, you know. One thing that I don't, also when I'm creating something, I'm not making much of a big deal about it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Means like I'm not like even caring about the ending product. I'm just enjoying the process. It's sort of like I'm
this is-
enjoying. I create for the joy. I create for the
That's-
happiness. I don't
yeah.
create for like this to be perfect and looking in a certain way. You know,
we have
and
it.
it many times happen that it looks good and tastes good. You know, but it's there's no pressure. You
Yeah.
know, there's no that I have to. You know, it's just like I'm gonna do it. You know, and I don't care if you like it or not.
Yeah, but whatever the dishes I tasted were really amazing. So the flavors in it. So it's not like it always matches. The flavor is just always like you just throw stuff in there. I don't know what, but it's
Like a melody. You know, you can
Yeah.
find the right tunes and you can balance the right flavors.
Right.
You know, it's as simple as
wow.
that.
Wow. Now we are
And there are
talking.
there's
It's like music.
it is. You know, you have the sour, spicy, sweet. You know,
Yeah.
and then like in music you have the different notes. You know when to use these notes. You know, in that particular with that particular voice or with that play with this instrument.
wow.
You know, works for everything. It works for economics. It works for neuroscience.
Yeah.
Playing soccer.
I never thought about that.
It's
Yeah.
all like we human beings are incredible creatures, you know. We are different from any other species. We have the creative gift, you know. We definitely are creating, and that's the reason why we're here. That's our reason. That's our purpose. You know?
Right.
And in the process of creating, it's better to have a good time. You know?
Yeah.
Not to
definitely.
be like struggling around.
The kitchen is the right place to do that. So tell me, what is your favorite recipe? Well, again, you don't cook by recipes, you create your own. What is
I
like?
write recipes sometimes. You know?
You do?
Yeah, if I create something, I think I really like this, and then I write the recipe.
Before you cook or after?
After.
And then you have it remembered.
I done recipes too without just. When I have people helping me with the veggie vibes, I will do recipes out of like the products that they will have while being somewhere else. So I will just think about it and I will write a recipe and I send it to them and they will do it.
So Veggie Vibes is the business you
I used to have.
Yeah.
I used to have. It
Yeah.
was creative, you know,
Awesome.
using products on creative, intuitive cooking, you know, high vibrational food, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, you don't really, I mean, I don't need to be in the kitchen to be creating.
Right.
Or I don't, it's just, at one point you just get really just for fun. You
So
know?
before you cook, you kind of create the idea, obviously in your head, what you gonna cook, kind of, and then
No, many times if you see me, I go grab whatever I have, and then like I just put in the proportions that make sense, you know, and then I decide to add this or more of this or more of that or something else, and then what goes with this, you know, and yeah, it's like building the DJ said that in the medalist today,
so it's like
and then after you just dance.
it's like work in progress. Okay, so it's work in progress, not really planning ahead. It's really in the moment, like
I mean,
adding.
sometimes depending if I have done even bought meals for like 150 people. We have no idea what's going on. Coming into a kitchen and there's all the products and putting people and things together really quick. Or I have also planned like weddings, you know, and I create a whole menu, out of like the client's preference.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I have done a production of different things too. Like massive stuff, like a very delicate stuff, very singular for individuals too, you know. But all that, I work with whatever people desires, you know. I have through Veggie Bites was a platform for creation. Through all that's what it was, you know. Really, I could like create so much all the time because I have really clients that with really specific desires and needs, and they will like prefer this or that, and they like. I will compose this or that, you know. When I moved to San Diego, it was a restaurant. I was working with the food combining from this institute that they wouldn't use oil, wouldn't use salt, wouldn't use any condiments, wouldn't use everything 100% raw. And they wouldn't mix fresh sweet fruits with like acidic fruits and a certain type of vegetables only. But it was really cool too, you know, to be able, even with those limitations, to create and things that actually have a texture and flavor and is exciting and new, you know.
Right.
So I had a lot of training, unconventional though.
Yeah.
Like if you go to a cooking school, there's no such a thing.
Right.
You know? Imagine not using salt or oil.
Right. Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah. So wow. So you do all kinds of cuisines, fusion. You're from Peru, so you're really into seafood. I mean, Peru, you have a lot of fresh seafood. So what is it that you do? Is there things you don't do, or is it just open?
I can do everything.
Okay.
I have no restrictions. I just don't do guinea pig or monkey or. If I'm gonna do proteins, it will be the more simple ones.
Okay.
Although it's not my preference, always has been my preference to do plant-based.
Okay.
But once in a while, you know, I'm not completely opposite of that. Peru, growing up, it was mostly, honestly, vegetarian. I had all this variety of elements and products that I could use. You know, Peru is amazing.
Yeah.
We have such a biodiversity, not just the flora, the fauna. Seafood is really big, but wasn't much into seafood, to be honest, growing up. I was more into cereals, or like herbs, or like these superfoods, you know, that even then became industry here in the States, you know, superfoods all over the world, but it was just my everyday playground for me growing up. Yeah, I will do infusions, I will do porridge, I will do all sort of different like mixes, you know. That was fun. Yeah. And the fruits, oh my goodness. Yeah. But yeah, this world is pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there a favorite dish you actually have, or it's just like...
Yes, it's,
there is.
Did I mention that before? Every time people ask me that, because you know that's a common question. My favorite dish is the one I haven't made before. You know?
That's a good answer.
That's
so,
always it's gonna be. But usually it's always something really fresh or simple, related to food, not like something that is complexly made on a kitchen, which I appreciated. But like I told you the other day, I went to Thailand, and the best thing I had there was mangosteen. So I cannot compete with nature.
That's so true.
Yeah,
like the natural flavors, getting them out a little more.
I mean, no, it's just perfect the way it is. You know.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No need to, yeah. I agree.
Or like a mango. You know, if you go to Peru, or like pitaya.
Yeah.
You know, my goodness. Or figs, such a big variety of figs, you know.
Right.
Or zapote, yellow zapote. You probably haven't tried. It's incredible. Chocolate zapote. Chocolate zapote.
Sounds amazing.
Oh my God, it's chocolate pudding out of a fruit. It just...
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So in our next podcast, I just had an idea. What is it, the chocolate thing again?
Chocolate zapote?
Yeah, so we're going to show you all how this is created.
What do you mean?
On our next podcast. We're going to have a little live demo session. I'm just thinking out loud now what's for the next session. So this sounds really good. Like, I think I'm going to like it, so I'd like to see and try that.
What?
That.
chocolate zapote?
Yeah.
It's a fruit.
Oh, you can't.
It's a fruit.
It's already done.
It's already done. Comes from
no.
nature. You pick it up. It's chocolate pudding basically.
Ah, it's chocolate pudding.
And there's also persimmon chocolate. Crazy. I mean, I think
So you can do something
you ask
with that.
to nature, and nature bring it to you.
Okay, but
already made.
You can. It's already made.
Yeah.
But
It's gonna
let's
start
create
growing
something with that. So let's not make
there's
any
It's
promises.
really difficult to get.
Okay.
Chocolate zapote, and it's not the season right now. I'm sorry. But I can do a lot of chocolate dishes. I can do a chocolate paella. I can do a mole.
Let's do something else. We'll
I can
cut
do
this
a
part out.
chocolate pudding. I mean,
So
yeah.
we'll try another
let
recipe.
it out. Let it out.
So the idea I just had while we talked was to do another podcast just to show you in creation, like to show how you do a dish.
Yeah, food demonstration. You mean?
Yeah.
Of course.
So
I'll do that all the time.
We can do something like that, just
Yeah.
to see you in action, because now it's kind of abstract. You explained it, beautifully explained, but maybe we can tune in even more. We sink down now from your whole life into cooking, and now it goes into the creation part.
It flows differently every time, but it's totally doable. I mean, I mean,
Sounds
this,
like a plan.
we can cook the whole day, no
Okay.
problem.
Yeah, awesome. So
You can choose ingredient. What we can do is just go choose whatever you want, and we just create something out of it.
okay, that
Yeah.
sounds good.
And don't tell me what you have.
Yeah.
Or bring a
okay.
friend, or tell a friend to bring whatever.
Yeah.
And then we just compose out of it.
That
That's
is
fun.
really cool. That
Yeah.
is really
And actually,
cool.
you guys will do it. You guys will do it. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Let's say I have
don't know
this.
about that.
Oh yeah, this creative genius,
yeah.
and it's really simple, and it works every single time. You will compose something that you have never done before. I will guide you slightly,
Okay.
but I will just stimulate the certain in a certain way, and then it will be your recipe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I love to do that. I love
Yeah.
to try that. So, stay tuned, for the next podcast. That's going to be really amazing. So, what is the one thing you can share with the world? Like, one message you want to bring across now from your cooking experience that everybody could apply?
From my cooking experience, to be cooking by intuition, you mean? Well, I mean, intuition works for everything, not just for cooking. You can have a more fulfilled life if you use your intuition to go towards life. To not just to know what you're gonna cook, to know what you prefer to cook, to eat, the relationships that you have with food, and the relationship that you have with people, and the relationship especially that you have with yourself. And the easier way to get there is getting back to nature, because we all come from it. See the ground, go grow something in the garden, and now it's becoming more popular. Grow some food yourself and see things sprouting, how they naturally shape into life. Connect with the soil, with the water, with the sunlight, breathe deeply. Everything that tunes your frequency into the frequency that everything is, all that is, which is this wonderful planet that we live. The more you do that, the easier for you to connect with that natural intelligence that we all have.
Right. Okay. Wow.
And like intuition is basically your when you're in state of vibrancy, connecting within yourself, and then you're naturally flowing towards life, and your brain doesn't really, you don't much effort yourself to find solutions. They come to you. You don't effort yourself to find the things that you really want.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to tune into my intuition now in the kitchen and see what comes out next time. So, stay tuned for our next podcast with creating magic in the kitchen, I'll call it. So let's see. Thank you.
We'll do that.
Yeah,
Thank you too.
awesome. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for
Thank you, Manuela.
taking the time and sharing all your
Thank you
wonderful
for your
experiences.
wonderful questions again.
Thank you. Thank you.